So I want to talk today about young people and about how UKIP, seemingly the party of the older generation, can actually reach out and win over young people in Britain. Because if you look at our policies, we are the party for young people in terms of education, in terms of preventing grooming gangs and child abuse, in terms of everything that goes on. UKIP is always fighting the cause for young people, always has been and always will be. And actually in Swindon's a really good place where UKIP can win the young vote, where we are today. Because there is so much opportunity for young people here that is being ignored. UKIP believes that all young people have their own interests. They have their own talents. You know, you've got some kids who are amazing mathematicians. You've got some kids who are the best artists in the town. You've got the kids who are amazing runners, amazing football players. You know, everyone has their own talents, and each child has to be allowed to enhance that talent and engage in what they enjoy. But our education system does not allow for that. Our government is trying to tell all children that they are the same. Every child must go to an academic school. They must do these subjects. They must do them for these many hours a week. They must have these political views. They must be politically correct. All children are being told they have to be the same. But UKIP is here saying, no, children can be different. If a child wants to do sports, they should be given the option of a sports school. And of course, they'll still have to do maths and English. That goes without saying. But we can put more time into what they're interested in, promote their talents, promote what they're good at, and give every young child in this country a chance at life, a chance to succeed. Because some kids will never go into a career in maths, will never go into a career in journalism, but they have to learn the skills anyway. And it's about time that as Britain, we stopped looking backwards and started looking forwards for young people and saying young people can have their own minds, they can think for themselves. And it's not just about how they think, it's about how we give them the opportunity to look at other thinking. And in Swindon, and I hope I'll be corrected if I'm wrong here, but as far as I know, there is not one drama school, not one art school, not one sports school, not one grammar school. And I may be wrong there, but I researched it a fair bit and I couldn't find any evidence of any. That means every child in Swindon is given down the same education route. They're not given any chance to look at any of the talents they might have. And yes, there'll be subjects at that school, but it's still a mainstream school. They're not given a different option. Britain needs to stop that. And particularly in Swindon, there is a chance for young people this May to vote for change, to vote, to actually be allowed to choose what they want to do in life. And that's why it's brilliant that we've got 17 out of 17 UKIP candidates in Swindon, because that means every young person in Swindon, 19 out of 19, my bad. Every young person in Swindon has the chance to vote for this change. And the other area where we're actually seeing all young people being forced to be the same is in political correctness. All young people are told, you must not align yourselves with that nasty UKIP party. You must not dare consider the fact that grooming gangs are wrong. You must not dare question the facts that we're giving you about the EU. But actually, young people should be told to question facts. Young people should be told to think for themselves and question what they're told. Because that's how it always used to be, and that's how you create new ideas. And you make sure that what you're teaching people is right. Young people have a right to question the fact that thousands of people are being abused in Telford and in Oxford and in Rotherham. Young people have a right to question the fact that we don't control our immigration. But what we're seeing is the state clamp down on this. Students have genuinely been questioned by anti-terror police for going on the UKIP website in school. This has happened. Students are being told off and questioned by the police for things like making jokes about transgender people. And, you know, whether they're right or not, regardless of whether the point is right, it's not for the police to get involved. It's for the student to make up their mind and to question and to research and to be allowed to use UKIP school computers to look at things like UKIP and see what they think of us. Young people should be given these opportunities. And in places like Swindon, we're failing young people. We're not giving them the chance in life to enhance their capabilities. We're not giving them the chance in life to actually educate themselves at what they're good at. We're telling them you must be politically correct sheep, and you must do exactly as we say and study these subjects. In Swindon, I hope, in just a month's time, the people will vote for change. The people will vote to give young people a chance in life. The people will vote to give young people the opportunity to choose their own future. You can't just hope for change. You've got to vote for it. Thank you for listening. I think up through primary school, I think particularly it's really important to develop the fundamental skills like counting, times tables, the basic maths that we all know and we were all taught. And actually, I suppose I was lucky in this case. I was always good at that sort of thing. I got a very good grade in maths. But not all young people are. And I think calculators, young people do need to know how to use calculators because they'll obviously have to use them in life. But equally, they need to know how to not use them and how to be able to do their own maths and again, use their brain, not just plug in buttons, because sometimes you won't have a calculator. And I think if young people have taught both ways, that's the way to go about it. And in some cases that works fine, but like you say, in some cases young people just don't care. They'll just use a calculator. And when they're left without a calculator, they don't know what to do. So I think we need to look into that, definitely. Yeah, I think, I wouldn't necessarily say banning calculators, but I would say ensuring that every child knows how to do basic maths without a calculator. That should absolutely be happening. There's no question of it in my mind. Yeah, so the policy is, I think it came in a couple of years ago, that after you finish secondary school, which is at age 16 usually, you have to stay in education for 2 years. So that could be at college, that could be in an apprenticeship, and it could be in other forms of education, but you have to be in education. And I think my view is, while obviously I'd say most young people should be encouraged to stay in education, there are young people who'd be better off going in the workplace. If you've got a young person who is amazingly skilled at tech, they're already earning 20 grand a year from a website they own. Why on earth should they not be allowed to spend their time on that when they're earning a good salary, they're skilled, they know their stuff? Why can't they be allowed to do that? And of course, there are options out there in the education system to help them with that, but they shouldn't be forced to go to college if, for them, that's not the right way to go. And it's like I was saying, young people have to be given their own choice in it. By the age of 16, if you're ready to go into work. And I think a lot of young people don't need to waste their time doing courses that are never going to help them in life when they could be earning themselves money and getting experience, because experience is just as important as education.
Thank you.